Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, December 27th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's gonna open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Let me go ahead and send this link out to you guys here in the premium. Uh, All right, guys. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. All right, looks good so far. So good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, December 27th. It is 6:26 right now. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 43,541, and the closest level below is at 43,430. Looking at the liquidity over here, we got a lot of liquidity sitting above. So the first target's going to be up here, and the next target's going to be, and there's a bunch of targets above. Price has been dropping for a while. So looking at this here, I'm probably only going to take the breakout, guys, if it's a buy. So I'll mark up the breakout and we'll follow it. But for the most part, I'm probably only going to take the breakout if it's going to be a buy, because I think price is very overextended for a sell right here. And I just don't feel comfortable taking, a deeper dip into the market here. Let me check CNBC, see if there's any breaking news causing price to really dump like this. Not exactly. It's down 200 points right now. So YM is down super, super heavily right now. Not really any news this morning, aside from goods trades balance. So there was high impact news at 5:30. But other than that, there's nothing much else to cause it to really drop like that. So let me go and mark up the news from earlier this morning. And let's see, looks like we might have more news later at 8 o'clock. So we got low impact news at 7:30. It's gas stock changed. It's normal. Yeah, other than that, that's about it. So, all right, guys, looking at the market so far. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna have a buy here. So, all right, guys, looking at the market so far, we'll know the direction of the breakout in about 30 seconds. If the breakout is not for a buy, I'm probably going to sit out of the breakout, guys. I mean, price has been dumping for a while right here. You can see from London session. I don't know how much farther it can dump lower. So if we get a sell here for the breakout, I'm probably going to sit out of it for the most part. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm going to sit out of it. Yeah, because this thing is it's way overextended. You know, on the 629 candle, if that candle is more than 50 points, then I mean, we're supposed to flip it anyways. Yeah, anyways, the breakout for today is going to be a sell, guys. If this candle is bigger than 50 points, then it's going to flip to a buy. But I will not be taking the breakout today. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I will follow it. I'll take it on the sim account just to like let it just to kind of see where it ends up at. But I'm not going to be taking the breakout for today. Not on my personal accounts and not on the hedge accounts. We got market opening up in about 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1, and market is open. It's coming down right there. I'll have to stop. Moved in profit around 50 points down here. It's at 366, 50-point mark. You got the breakout coming down a bit right there. Here's a main chart. Liquidity right there just got hit here pre-market. Got hit right there, and it's pushing down a little bit. Let me go on market opening price down here as well. Yeah, like I said right here, price has been dumping since London session. It's been coming down for a while now. So I'll set a couple of alerts here. All right, so I'll come back to that a little later. I have the price points marked up there. For my scalps here, I'll be looking for certain entries. I'll be looking for some V1 variations. I'll also be looking, so reviewing the previous V1, V2, V3, I'm going to switch up the V2, V3. Most of you guys don't remember the strategy anyways, because we haven't applied the V2 variation in, I guess, years. But I've been revisiting it because I'm looking at a lot of these reversal strategies since market's been going sideways. You can see over here, price is currently going sideways right now. Not really too much going on here on the market. I mean, it's a lot of consolidation. So you can see over here, I'm gonna go to our clean chart, mark this up as the level below. It's pretty much consolidating between the 400 and the 350 up here, or 450. So it's about a 50-point range right here, right now, currently. And this is kind of the market that we've been stuck in for the past, 2 or 3 months now. A lot of this sideways movement. It makes it really difficult to take the directional strategy. So what I'm looking for the most is basically going to be the these reversal type strategies. So you can see right here, is this a V1 variation? This is a V1 variation. The only problem is that it's right at the sessions, guys. So it's not one that I'm willing to take. Yeah, there's a V1 variation right here, double wick rejection off this structure, which is liquidity. And this here could be setting up for a sell. The only problem is that it's going to be stuck right here at the London low, which is considered a red flag for me. So it's not going to be one that I necessarily like to take. And never mind, we take that back. So this right here, you can see how it flipped back up. It's not red anymore. This candle is not going to be a V1 variation. We've gotten a lot of this choppy movement. We have another V1 setting up right there, but again, this candle would have to close red. But you guys can see here that this is the type of market we've been dealing with for the past couple months. So this is another reason why I skipped the breakout for today. I had a feeling this was going to happen. So when we were looking for the breakout this morning, I said I would only take the breakout if it was for a buy, right? Because I did expect price to push up. So if we did get a breakout for a buy here, I would have taken it. But because we didn't, obviously I sat out of it. There's a breakout V2 coming up shortly here. We have a buy signal, 2 green candles setting up right here. I'm not going to take it for a late entry because I've already decided not to take the breakout for today. But this is what I was expecting. The reason why I was expecting this push to the upside was because look at how far price has been dumping since London session. It was about time price was going to recover, right? Price has been coming down since midnight last night. So that's about 6 to 7 hours of dropping price. There's no breakout V2 here. There's a breakout V3 that's setting up right there. So I'm glad that I made the decision not to take the breakout today because you can see over here I would have lost. I said I was only going to take the breakout if it was for a buy. It was for a sell, and like I said, the overextension just didn't fit with me wanting to take that specific trade. So we were able to prevent getting caught in this this correction right here. So I'm still looking for scalps. I didn't take a breakout for today, but I'm still looking for some scalps. So here's a breakout, didn't play out, of course. I'll delete these right here. There is a breakout V3 that's currently running though. Right here in the opposite direction. But we're in this choppy market, so obviously I'm not really looking to take these here. I'll look for some scalps, but I'm not really going to look for these trades within this area right here where the sessions are currently at. So as you guys know, the sessions are these red flags right here. They're the horizontal lines that go from left to right that are dotted. The green lines here are the New York high lows. The red lines are the London high lows. The purple lines are the Asia high lows. I don't trade around these areas. You can see how price is getting highly manipulated around these points. You can see how price came around right here. Faked out below, faked out above, came below. Right here, price faked out below, came back up. Price faked out again right here, and now it's having trouble getting past this area. This is a normal thing, right? This is normal where price has trouble getting past these sessions. And this is why I don't take any trades around these areas here. I will be looking to take some V1 variations off structure. And I'll also be looking to take V2 and V3 variations. I'm going to make some new videos about the V2, V3 variations. I'm just going to switch the strategies because this V2 variation looks for a 2-candle reversal, and the V3 variation looks for a 3-candle reversal. When I first initially created that strategy, I did them opposite because initially I started with a 3-candle reversal. I called it a V2 because that came up first. And then the 2-candle reversal was a V3, but it makes more sense to call it a V2 and a V3 because a V3 is a 3-candle reversal while V2 is 2. So the V1 is going to be a double body, double wick rejection off structure with a pending momentum. And then I'll show you guys some examples of the V2, V3 when they come up. But just to not get you guys confused, if you guys are familiar with the V2, V3 that we've covered over the past, I think maybe 4 years ago, I'm just going to be flipping those. So it makes more sense for people to follow them in a sense that it just lines up and it's self-explanatory. V2 is for a 2-candle reversal, V3 is for a 3-candle reversal. But there's nothing here right now, so it's fine. Again, I need price to push away from where price is currently sitting right here at the sessions. Again, like I said, price is going to have trouble getting past this area. I wouldn't be surprised if price fakes out, comes right back down below. There's no double body, double wick here, so there's just no entries here to take anyways. Even if we got a double body or a double wick here, it's currently at the New York low, this green line. So I wouldn't be looking to take any entries at this point. Here's a clean chart. Let me mark up the next level above. So we have some sort of threshold. Yeah, as you guys can see here, there's not really too much going on. Price is just sitting down the middle right here. Here's the SR chart. So looking at the SR chart from today, this is looks like the 1-hour resistance and the 4-hour support down below. Not much going on here. Currently at the resistance. Let's see if it bounces off, comes back down. Even if it does bounce off and come back down, we have all of the red flags down here. So it's going to sit tight, wait for price to push away from this area. ETR is currently at 26 right now, so we do have some volatility in the market at the moment. Okay, so since we're waiting here right now, let me show you guys a couple of examples of the V2, V3 variation. So here's an example of, well, you guys know what a V, this is just a V1 pattern. It's not a V1 variation because there's a sell signal here already, but this is an example of a V1 variation. It's off structure too. So we got a double body rejection, off structure, bearish trend. This would be an entry for a sell. This was pre-market. Obviously, I wouldn't have taken it because I don't trade pre-market, but that's an example of a V1 variation. For the V2 variation, you're basically looking for a V1 pattern, but it's just a 2-candle. Like it doesn't have to be on the same level. And don't worry, guys, you guys are not missing out on any entries here. Price is still trying to push up from where it's currently at. So the V2 variation is very similar to the V1, which is a 2-candle reversal. It just has less requirements. Like it doesn't have to be on the same level. If I see an example of a V2 variation, I'll show you guys, but I just don't see one here right now. So it's basically a double body, double wick, but it's an engulfing. So like say, for example, like this right here, but not on the same level. Okay, so this is a V2 variation right here. It's a simple 2-candle reversal. So we have a pending buy signal over here as a low with the red candle. This candle is obviously bigger than this one. It engulfs it. And this here would be a buy entry. If I see any here on the live, then I'll show you guys. Again, right here is another one. It's on the same level, so this would be considered a V1. It could be a V1 and a V2. But yeah, if I see them here during the live market conditions, I'll show you guys, but I just don't see any right now. So mainly what I'm looking for here, typically I'd look for market flow V2s, but market is not flowing, right? In order for me to take market flow, I need price to be climbing, retrace, climbing, retrace, climbing, retrace, etc. Because price has been going back and forth, I'm going to be looking for basically reversal patterns, reversal strategies, V1, V2, V3 variation. Price is now pushing up. So what I'm going to be looking for here is I'm going to be looking for a sell signal to come up, right? Because I want price to push up. I want it to retrace, confirm the retracement, bounce off structure and come back up. When it bounces off structure like that, I'll be looking for a possible buy. The only thing I'll be looking out for here is the sessions, right? Because if price gets near these sessions right here, I'm not going to mess with any entries at that point. Price is hitting liquidity right here. So if price does continue to push up higher, the first target level is going to be this level right here. It's going to be the 43,541. So you can see prices pushing up. If it blasts through the liquidity right here, the target where it's aiming for is going to be this blue line, which is the 43,540. The next target is going to be right here, this dotted purple line, which is the Asia high. It's going to be 43,554. And then if price pushes any higher, there's a lot of liquidity still sitting up here. And we have two levels of liquidity up here as well at 43,574 and at 43,588. So there's a lot of levels of liquidity up here for price to reach. I mean, there's a lot of targets for price to go to. Let me clean this up a little bit. But I'm not really looking for liquidity pushes. For me personally, I'm looking for variation. So I'm looking for V1, V2, V3 variations. So actually it's not on the day 2. I think it's on the day 4. So I will because day 1, I believe we covered like the basic stuff. Day 2, we covered the directional strategies, and then the breakouts were in part of the third breakout strategies. So they might be in day 3 or day 4, maybe. I'll check it for you, but if you want to check, I mean, they're easy to find too. So if you go over here to the YouTube channel is youtube.com/Kodi Kai trades. Just go over here to the live tab. And then from here, it's going to be either, here, let me check over here actually. So this was day 1, day 2, day 3. It's on day 4 actually. Yeah. So check the most recent one, man. Go over here to this one right here. It's going to be the one that here. I'll just post a link for you. It's easier for me to do that because we covered the breakout strategies right there. Posted it right there in the Zoom for you, man. Yeah, no problem. All right, so looking over here at the breakouts, the breakout V3 did hit the 50 points. It's still running a full TP. So breakout V2 right there did hit for 50 points right here. If you guys want to move your stop loss and profit to that, feel free to move your stop loss and profit. There's 3 different breakouts that we look for here. We're looking for the breakout V2, breakout V, or the momentum breakout. So momentum breakout V2, and breakout V3. This is the breakout V3 right here. It's currently running, hit 30 points or 50 points already. The breakout V2 is also running in line with it. So there's a lot of entries here that are currently running with regard to the breakout. I mainly stick with just one breakout for the day, but during these sideways markets, the breakout V2 and breakout V3 have been hitting pretty often. But no entries for me today, guys. Like I said, I'm kind of just waiting right now for something to happen for the most part. I'm looking for price to retrace back. So we do have price pushing up right here. I'm looking for it to retrace back, and then I'm looking for it to bounce off one of these structures and come back up. I don't necessarily have to catch the bounce. So I'm looking at 4 different strategies right now for the most part. Well, I'm looking for mainly 2 to 3. I'm looking, I'll put them on the list too. So main strategies I am currently looking for. So I'm looking for V1 variation, V3 variation. I'll just put name switch. And I'm looking for momentum reversal. The reason why I'm looking for these 3 is because they line up with each other. They all require a pending momentum. So it makes it a lot easier for me to follow because like right now I'm not looking for anything because it's currently at a buy signal, right? So these all kind of line up with each other. So there goes the first target. If you guys remember earlier, I said if price pushes up any further to hit liquidity, the first target is going to be right here, this liquidity level, which is 43,541. That level got hit. Next level is going to be right here, the sessions, which is this purple dotted line. You guys can see how all of that liquidity right there pretty much got knocked out, and it's pushing up to these targets. There goes the second target right there. The next target is going to be up here if price does push up any higher. So basically all these targets right here got hit if you guys are taking those liquidity pushes. I don't like the liquidity pushes in this type of market because we're in a sideways market. If we're in a directional market where price is consistently pushing up, like right now, price is pushing up, but I don't consider this really a consistent push up. This is like a 1 day thing. This didn't happen yesterday. Yesterday, market was just flat for the most part. If we have continuous days where market's moving directional, then okay, great. I'll look for those types of entries. But right now, this isn't like the normal thing. So for the most part, these are the main strategies that I'm currently looking for. V1 variation, which is a double body, double wick rejection with a pending momentum. V3 variation, which is basically it's basically a 3-bar reversal and momentum reversal. So I'm looking for a sell signal to come up and trying to see if I can find a pattern here so that I can show you guys. Okay, so this is you're basically looking. I'll just show you the pattern for it. So you guys might not remember the strategy because I didn't really teach this one very much. Like there was a time period where I was like only taking reversal strategies, and I came up with like about 5 or 6 of them. The only one that we really stuck with was the V1 variation, right? This is the one we've been applying this for years. But during this period, I came up with a bunch of reversal strategies because we were in this type of market. I'd say about like it was a little bit after COVID. Once COVID ended and everything started to open up again, the market was kind of sideways. And that's what we started applying during the summer, which were very reversal strategies. So the pattern that I'm looking for here for the momentum reversal, it's not the one where you look for the negative, like for example, right here, you're looking for a buy reversal or a buy signal, and then you're looking to put a pending order right here, right? I mean, that's one way of doing it. I think that was called like the momentum pullback. It's slightly different. But for the momentum reversal, it's a price action pattern where you're looking for momentum to push the opposite way. Then you look for a candle a big candle, and then a small one after it like this, like basically a strong candle, then a weak candle. And then we hit a pending buy order right here. And then we kind of just write it up. So if I see a pattern here where it comes up, I'll show you guys. And I'll cover this in the next mentoring session. So in the next mentoring session, we'll cover this stuff like in detail so that you guys understand what I'm focusing on right now. Typically, I like trading directional strategies like market flow V2s, breakout V3s, etc. But it's just not the type of market right now. So we have to adapt with the market. And since the market's currently going sideways, I'm looking for reversal strategies or reversal entries in the direction of the trend or the direction of momentum for the most part. Because obviously you guys can see here, like this is what typically happens. Price will push a little bit and then it'll just go sideways. It's right here at the sessions now. This is an area that I don't trade at because you can see, like I mentioned before, a lot of manipulation happens at the sessions. And that's exactly what's happening here, right? Price pushes to the sessions, gets manipulated, pushes away from the sessions, manipulation, pushes to the next sessions. And then again, right here, it's just kind of sitting at the sessions, which is normal. So here's actually a pattern of the V3 variation. So the V3 variation, if you guys are just joining, I'm basically switching the V2 variation with the V3 variation, just so that it makes more sense. The V2 used to be a 2-candle pattern. It's a 3-bar reversal. So like I'm just going to be switching it with the V2, and the V2 is going to be a two-candle reversal. And that's why I'm switching it to V2. V1 variation is double body, double wick. V2 is a 2-candle reversal. V3 is a 3-candle reversal. So it just makes sense, it's V1, V2, V3. This is a pattern of the V3, or sorry, not the V3, of the momentum reversal. So like I said earlier, the example down here, you're looking for a strong candle, and then you're looking for a weak candle after it, and you'll put a pending sell order at the low of that candle. But we need to have a pending momentum in the opposite direction. So for example, right here, since we have a buy signal, we're looking for price to swing the other way because the next momentum is going to be a sell signal, right? So what I'm looking for here in order for me to have that type of entry for basically any of these strategies is I'm looking for a sell signal to come up. Once the sell signal comes up, it's going to retrace down and I'm going to be looking for this to swing back up, right? That's why I'm looking for these specific strategies because I'm looking for the momentum signal to come up first. All of these strategies require a pending momentum. You know, in order for me to get a V1 variation, I need to have a sell signal. I need price to come down. I need a double body, double wick rejection, and then I'll take that up for a buy. Same with the V3 variation. At the 3 candle reversal, I'm looking for price to push down. And then I'm looking for it to loop up. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this yesterday. Right, I'm looking for 2 red candles, and I'm looking for a green candle to break past it for a variation V3. They're all very similar. The V1 requires a double body, double wick. V3 requires basically this curve pattern. We're looking for a sell signal, look for it to come down a little bit, curve around, and then we take the entry when it flips back up. The momentum reversal is pretty much the same thing. I'm looking for a sell signal, then I'm looking for a strong red candle, then a weak candle, and I'm gonna look for it to push right back up as well. But it's all patience. I mean, there's a lot of different things here that are going to come into play. Like those are the basics of the strategy, but we're currently right here at the session. So I mean, even if we get an entry right here, I'm probably not going to be able to take it because we're right here at the sessions. I need price to get away from these red flags. All right, so we have a pending sell signal here. It hasn't closed yet. It's got a ton of red flags over here. We got the news price right here. It was high impact news at 5:30. The text right there. So we got the Asia low right here. We have 5:30 high impact news. We have the New York low down below here and the London low down here. So ideally where I would like price to come is I actually want price to come down a bit lower down to this area. Let me see if there's enough space here for me to take an entry. I mean, it's still going to be kind of tight, but possible opportunity here for entry. I'll just have to like really pay attention to that trailing stop. Nothing going on here, guys. All right, so price hit the next level of liquidity target right here. Price is pretty much consolidating sideways around this area. Let's go to the clean chart real quick. Mark up some levels up here. Level right there. Level right there. And a level right there. All right, so you can see how price pushed up right here, and then now it's pretty much just going sideways. Right down here. Not really much to work with here. I mean, it's literally just going sideways right here around the across the sessions. So price is just sitting at the Asia low right now, which is right here down the middle. Looks like the breakout V3 hit full TP already. So if you guys take the breakout V3, full TP right there. The breakout V2 is still currently running. So like I said this morning, I wasn't going to take the breakout unless it was for a buy because I think price was going to go up. I could have easily flipped it, but that goes against the rules of the strategy, right? So that's why I decided not to take the entry for today, of course. For the momentum breakout. But yeah, the breakout V3 just hit full TP here. This is the one that you were looking at yesterday, May. So same strategy that you were looking at right here, full TP on that. Breakout V2 is still currently running. See, other than that, not much else here right now. It's a pretty slow day. We had this big move right here, but everything else is pretty much slow. It's kind of expected. We're coming back from Christmas vacation, so I mean, I wasn't really expecting too much to happen here on the chart, but I was hoping we get at least some directional move or some consistent directional move at least, right? Because there's just not much going on here. You can see price is just sitting right here at the sessions. The past 13 minutes, price has just been going sideways right here at the Asia low. All right, nothing going on here. Price is just going sideways. So here's a clean chart. You guys can see a little better. Price is pretty much just going sideways, and it's currently ranging in between the 500 and the 600 mark. It's currently in a 100-point range. Consolidation is around the 550 mark. Price is now coming back down. So you may have opportunity here for entry if I see something down here. So there may be a possible V1 variation here. If price does swing back up, if this candle turns green, there may be a possible V1 variation. It's gonna be a little tricky though, because like I said, we're gonna have to cut through the news price and the sessions down there. I mean, this thing might not even, yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna close green. It's got 30 seconds left on it. So I mean, technically you could still push back up, but it's not really looking like it here. Same rangy market we dealt with pretty much earlier this week. Here's a clean chart. You can see prices coming all the way back down. Yeah, there's definitely not going to be a V1 variation here for sure. And why did the opening price get moved up here? Opening price is down here. All right, so price is coming back down. I mean, which is completely fine. I don't really mind it. We'll see if it ends up pushing back up or if it stays down here. But you can see we're in a huge range. So price initially started right here. This is where market opened. Market opened down here. Pushed up a bit, retraced, pushed up higher, consolidated, came right back down. So this is why I've been very cautious about my entries this week, because stuff like this happens, right? There's no consistency. This is why I'm not taking any market flow V2s, because there's no market flow here. In order for me to take market flow, I need price to climb up like this. In order for me to take breakout V3s, I need price to be climbing up or down like this. But that's not really what's happening here. What's been happening here is, price will push up a little bit, consolidate, push back down, consolidate, push back up, consolidate, etc. So I'm still looking for entries, but I'm mainly looking for reversal patterns here because you can see the type of market we're currently in. And you can see over here where price came down to the sessions. What happened here? Faked out, climbs back up. The same thing that's been happening pretty much all throughout the week and all throughout the month. Look at how price came down to here. Came down to this area, faked out, pulled to this sessions, faked out right here, pulled up to this sessions, faked out right there. Double fake out actually. Pulled up to this sessions right here, faked out right there, pulled down. Sessions right here. Let me turn off liquidity so you can see it a little better. I'll turn off the pivot. So I'll just turn off a lot of this stuff here so that you guys can kind of see things a little better. Basically, whenever price gets near these dotted lines, see how this green dotted line right here, price gets around that area, fakes out, pushes down to this red dotted line, fakes out, pushes up to this green dotted line, fakes out, purple dotted line, faked out, down here, faked out again. If I don't trade around those areas, the sessions it's highly manipulated, whether you like to see it or not. It's pretty obvious. I just circled pretty much all the areas where price gets manipulated at. I'm okay with trading within the middle area here, but then if my TP has to touch one of those areas, it always becomes a problem because you can get lucky and price can bounce off it, go to your TP. Otherwise, your price may just stick to this area like a magnet, go back and forth, and then you're either going to get lucky and it's going to push in your direction, or you're going to get very unlucky and it's going to push against your direction and then come back up. Kind of like what happened over here, right? See how all the fake outs happen right here? You can get whipsawed in both directions. You can take a buy or a sell. You can still get stopped out either way. Same with this right here, right? You could have taken this right here for a buy. You could have seen price come down, faked out, taken this for a buy, and then you get faked out right here for a stop. So again, this is another reminder why I don't trade around the sessions, because these are clear examples of like why it's not good to trade at these areas. You can trade at these areas, but like, for example, if you took the sell here, you probably would have gone stopped out as well, right? If you took a sell right here, price would have whipsawed up, stopped you out, and then price would eventually come down, but it's really hard to identify the proper direction here when price fakes out in both directions for whipsaws. So unless you have a really, really wide stop loss, like say you have a 50-point stop loss, you're probably gonna get stopped out a lot of these times. A 30-point stop loss won't survive these whipsaws. Like you need like a 50-point or even a 100-point in a sense. Yeah, exactly. Max said price right back to open. Exactly right. Right back to open right here. Price faked out. So what happened here is price pushed up. This is where market open, right? At 6:30. Price pushed up. It lured in all the buyers here. Faked out. Came right back down to open. It's like price went nowhere today. Because this blue line right here is opening price. Which is fine. That's, this tends to be the case. Max had caught some of that sell back to open once price got below the New York low. Nice work. So Max over here had waited for price to come back below the New York low, and then he caught this for a push down further. For me personally, I wouldn't have taken it because, like I said, this is an area of manipulation. I wouldn't be surprised if this here again fakes out and then pushes back up from here. Right. There's a lot of things that can happen right here when price gets near these sessions. This is why I always avoid the sessions. Like sessions are probably my biggest red flag. I created a whole indicator for it because this is where I got caught with a lot of fake outs. Over the years, I was trying to figure out why was I losing certain trades. And then someone mentioned like, hey, Sean, price keeps bouncing off like the previous New York low. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So then I created this indicator to identify the New York low. If you only care about the New York low, you can just leave the New York low on there. But the Asia low and the London low, they're very relevant because the futures market is open 24 hours for the most part, or 23 hours, or closed for like 1 hour. And this is why it's relevant. You can see how price here respects these areas. Like you can use these areas as like as targets, but for the most part, I'd rather just avoid them. than kind of risk taking entries at these points. So I haven't really taken it. Well, yeah, I haven't taken anything today, actually. I skipped the breakout because I wanted to buy for the breakout. The breakout for today was a sell. The other breakouts did hit though. So the breakout V3 over here hit, and the breakout V2 hit for like 50 points. I mean, price was like super far out at that point, so I probably wouldn't go any further anyways. But the breakout V3 here did hit full TP for 100 points. There was a buy signal, green candle that followed it. Buy signal came up at 632. Green candle was right after. This was a breakout V3, pushed up to full TP right there. And then for the breakout V2, the entry happened like halfway through at the 50-point mark. So obviously this is like overextended at this point. It's pushed up over 100 points. So I would have just gone for the 50 instead of the full 100 right there. I mean, either way, if you're taking these breakouts, I think having your TP at 50 points or having your trailing stop at 50 points is a good idea because this, the type of market that we're currently in right here, as you guys can see, it's not very directional. It's like a huge U shape right here. Price came up, then it came right back down super sharply. I'm trying to find a pattern. I'm trying to look for a V3 pattern so I can show you guys what I'm looking for. I mean, it just hasn't came up yet. If I see it, okay, so here's a pattern actually of that V3. So like I said earlier, I'm looking for V1 variations, V3 variations, and momentum reversals. So this is a V1 variation, but it's also a V3 variation. I mean, obviously it's against the trend, so I wouldn't have taken this trade here, but I just want to show you the pattern of what it looks like. So basically I'm looking, it's a 3-bar reversal. I'm looking for an opposite momentum signal, and I'm looking for it to swing the other way, right? So right here we have 1, 2. These are the first 2 candles where price comes down. We have the low at this red candle, and then this green candle right here. I'm looking for it to break the first candle, break and close past it. Once it breaks and closes past like that, this is an entry for me to take for a breakout V3. The breakout V3 is probably like, I wouldn't say it's the most complicated, but it has the most steps. The V1 variation, you're just looking for a double body, double wick rejection. It's very easy. But the V3 variation, you're looking for, it's a 3-step process. You're looking for price to push down in the direction of momentum. And then you're looking for price to reverse back up, to a reversal pattern. And that's what I would be looking for right there. If I see it here during the live market, I'll take it. But, obviously it's not looking like we're going to have something like that right now. Actually, we might have one right here. The only problem is that this is right at the session, so it's not one that I would necessarily want to take. So if this candle breaks and closes past it, which it didn't, this would have been a breakout V3, or sorry, variation V3. So I'm looking for these 3 main strategies right now. I'm looking for reversal patterns in the market, looking for V1 variations. Obviously, you guys are familiar with that. Double body, double wick rejection. V3 variation, where I'm looking for this type of pattern, price to push up. We have a high with the green candle, pending momentum, and then this big candle right here, which breaks and closes past the first candle. This one right here didn't break and close past it. It got really close, but it didn't actually break and close past it. So this is not going to be considered a V3 variation. The third entry would be a momentum reversal. So for a momentum reversal, I'm looking for something like this right here, this type of pattern. So I'm looking for this type of pattern right here, but I'm also looking for a pending momentum as well. We already had a sell signal here, but this is the pattern that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for price to push down in the downwards trend, looking for a strong green candle, and then a weak red candle. Or it doesn't have to be a red candle, it just has to be a weak candle. So it needs to come down, strong green candle, weak candle, and then my pending order would be waiting right here at the low of that candle, and I'll just catch it on its way down. But I mean, you can see over here, the market's a mess. So I can't really take entries like that here at the moment. So here's a good thing. Price is now pushing down lower. I do want this to continue dropping from here. So I would like this to continue dropping a little further so that I have some space here to take my next entry. Because I don't want to trade up here. right? I'm okay with trading down here. So I'm okay with price dropping a little further, retrace up, come back down, and I'll take an entry down here. Like I'm down with this right here. There's a possible breakout V3 continuation setting up right here. I mean, I personally would not take it myself. Like I said, I just don't like this type of market here. I'm not looking for anything directional at the moment because we don't have a directional market. I'm looking for reversal strategies. So I'm looking for V1 variations, which is a double body, double wick, V3 variation, which is a three bar reversal, and a momentum reversal. And the catalyst for all of these is going to be the momentum signal. So for the most part, I'm looking for a buy signal here first. Until I get that buy signal, I'm just going to be looking for the patterns here. I'm going to show you the patterns as they come up. And then I'm going to look for that reversal back to the downside. And I'm trading the direction of the trend. So you can see over here that price is currently below the pivots. The pivots are angling down. The trend meter is red. The divergence is bearish. I'm looking for price to continue coming down. So what I'm looking for here is retracement and then come back down sharply. Looking for a correction in the market. Correction in the direction of trend. Max is asking if I'm trading on the 30th. Yes, I am. Last year we traded on the 30th and it was good. Volatility was good and it was solid, so I will be trading on the 30th. No breakout V3 here. We had a sell signal, no following red candle. Oh, man, this market sucks. Well, the market's actually not super bad. It's just we're stuck in a lot of these red flags, so I couldn't take certain trades in specific areas. Oh yeah, there was a triple confluence right here. So Sam, just thanks for confirming that, Sam. There was a triple confluence that came up right here on this red sell signal. I didn't see it because I wasn't really looking for it. I was mainly looking for these entries right here. But yeah, there was a triple confluence that came up right there. It's currently running in profit, it looks like. Yeah, it's currently running in profit right now, triple confluence. Like I said, my main strategies I'm looking at right now are these. Triple confluence would fall under directional strategies. It's a good strategy. It's just like I said earlier, the market's not very directional. So I'm kind of just focused on a lot of these other movements, reversal entries basically. But the triple confluence is running right here. It's on its way down. 7:16. So we still got some time in the market. I'm not in no rush to take any entries. If I find something good, I'll take it. But again, my main focus right now are on these three strategies. It's kind of hard to focus on more than three because there's so much going on. We're on the 1 minute charts moving so fast. Looks like that triple confluence is about to hit 30 points. Almost there. Max, it took way too many trades today. Definitely let my emotions get the better of me, but ended up green today. We'll take what the market gives me and reset. See you on Monday. Yeah, definitely, Max. We'll see you back here on Monday. So full TP right here on the triple confluence. Solid entry right there for the triple confluence. If you guys are not familiar with the triple confluence, we had a sell signal right here. It broke past this lower low. So the sell signal broke and closed past this lower low right here. We had the bearish trend. It's basically three strategies in one. It was a pivot scalp, momentum scalp, high-low scalp, all in one candle right here, which considered it as a triple confluence. So if you guys took the triple confluence right there, nice work, full TP. I didn't take that trade, so it's not going to count as a as an entry for me. I'm still looking for my scalps here. I'm looking for these reversal patterns to come up. Nice. Yeah, Rashida said triple always hits. She took it. Yeah, I didn't even see it there. If I saw it, I would have been okay with taking it, but I just didn't really look for it there. I think because I was so zoned in on this area here, I forgot to draw the line there for that lower low, which is all good. It was a good entry though. It was pretty clean. So like right here, you can see the downward trend started from up here and it was already midway through. So price came down, retraced, came back down further, and then it shot right through. 7:18 right now. We still got about like 40 minutes. So I'm gonna take my time, just wait for these entries to come to me. It's gotta exercise some good discipline this week. I see a lot of people trading on tilt this week. I'm in a lot of other groups, so I see a lot of I typically see what other people are doing on other prop firms and just like, yeah, the tilt's a little crazy. I seen some guys try to go full tilt, what do they call it? Full port. They try to go full port on like Christmas Eve. And like, man, it's crazy. It's uh it's a mess. Sometimes you got to understand when to just sit out the market. Like for me, I understand that right now it's a good time for me to sit out because I'm looking for these three entries and none of them have came up yet. There's no V1 variations, no V3 variations, no momentum reversals. I already know there's nothing for me to take here because there's no buy signal. So what I'm looking for here is I need a buy signal to come up, retrace up, and then come back down. It's like a head and shoulders pattern, right? Looking for price to come up with the buy signal, retrace, push up higher, fake out up here, come back down. And I'll be looking for my entry right there. It's a basic head and shoulders pattern. That's like literally what it is. I'm looking for a head and shoulders pattern, but I'm not looking for that entry. I'm just looking for entries that happen within the head and shoulders. Sam said his buy level is approaching. Where's your buy level at, Sam? I'm assuming it's close to this area. Let's see. It might be this line, the liquidity zone. It's like that might be the. See if there's anything else down here. I have more liquidity sitting down here, but it's super far off. It's like at 42,928, and then the closest one right here is at 43,247, 245. So the closest level right here for price to possibly target is going to be that level. Let's go to the clean chart. We got this right here. I mean, you guys can see the market here is it's a mess, right? We had price push up right here, so it looks like it lured in some buyers right here. Faked out below, consolidate a little bit. So I mean, there's volatility in the market, there's direction, but it's not very consistent right now. So here we go. Price starts to climb up from this point. All right, that's perfect. This could start setting up for a possible V1 variation. We just need to get a buy signal. So I need a buy signal here to come up. Once the buy signal has come up, I'm going to look for price to push up to any of these levels, bounce off. That could be a V1 variation. This level bounce off, V1 variation. We got the pending buy signal there now. So I need that buy signal to confirm the retracement. I just need this buy signal here to close. Once it closes, I can confirm that price is retracing or it has retraced. And then once I have that right there, I'll be looking for opportunity. Yeah, so Sam actually got in right here at the V1 variation. So like right before here, there was a double body rejection. This is where Sam got in for that buy. This is actually a good setup right here. This setup right here, like you can get a pretty decent retracement from this point. Double body rejection right there, climb up a little bit and climb back down. like the head and shoulders pattern that again right here. I didn't even mean to draw head and shoulders, but it always comes up as a head and shoulders, right? Retracement up, push up higher, fake out, and then come back down. I mean, it's funny that like this, like they consider this a head and shoulders. Like when I was first trading, I never understood what a head and shoulders is. But then once I started drawing like these reversal patterns, I was like, oh, it makes sense why they call it head and shoulders. And that's exactly what's happening here. All right, perfect. We have the buy signal. So I'm looking for a possible opportunity here for entry, guys. I think the first thing that may come up, I mean, there's a lot of different criteria here that may come up, but I am looking for a sell here. Let's see. Nice. Sam actually got in for 80 points. Nice push right there, Sam. Do you always go for 80 points? Seems like that's like your sweet spot. So I'm assuming you're doing like a 2080, right? 20 stop loss, 30 fixed TP stop loss. Because it seems like that's like what your TP is typically at. So nice work on catching that 80 points right there off that V1. Like I said before, guys, you guys can't off. There's a V1 right here. Let me see if I can get into this right here. It might be a little too late. It's too late for me to get into this position. Yeah, right.
Order submit or
All right, so there's a V1 variation right here, guys. I like saw it a
order
little late.
submitted.
I mean, the volatility is a little low, but there's a double body rejection right there for a V1 back down. All right, my stop loss is my stop loss is following. I don't know what I did, but my stop loss is okay. I'm out.
Order filled.
You guys hear the ching that kept coming out? I don't know. I think I did my trailing stop wrong, but it's okay. It worked out. So I took the V1 variation right here, and every time I did the ching noise, it just kept moving my stop loss lower and lower and lower and lower. I mean, it worked out in my favor, but I don't know if I did it properly. Anyways, I'm out in profit for the V1 variation right here. I gotta figure out what I did with that that trailing stop. The yeah, that was kind of crazy. That thing kept moving my trailing stop lower and lower and lower. I don't know what I did wrong. My trailing stop was set to 10 points. I think every 10 points it gets pushed down even lower. I think that was the case. I need to figure out how to set this up properly though. It's all good. Well, I get out in profit. So here's the V1 variation. I guess we can continue following it here. It already hit 30 points actually for a 1-to-1, which is kind of where I got out at. I actually like that it moves that way because it guarantees a stop gets moved up. With the other way that I was doing it, sometimes I get an error. All right, well, anyways, that was a V1 variation. So like I said earlier, I'm following 3 different strategies here. I'm looking for V1 variations, V3 variations, and momentum reversals. The buy signal came up. We had the double body rejection right there. It was off the structure. It was just a perfect entry. Double body rejection, and then it came down lower. The 60 points would have been nice. Looks like the 60 points is probably going to get hit, but my trailing stop followed it down. So what happened is when price pushed down to 10 points, my trailing stop dropped. When it pushed down to 20 points, it just kept dropping lower, lower, lower as it followed price, which is not a bad thing, right? I prefer to have the profits protected. But what I was trying to do is I try to have my trailing stop at 10, and then have it at 30 and then aim for the 60 over here. Either way, the 30 would have gotten hit. You can see over here the 30 points because price did push below 30 and it swung back up. So either way, I would have gotten out right here at 30 points. So, I mean, it worked out for me. And it's probably gonna hit the full TP right there. 1 to 2. Yeah, so like I said, guys, I'm just being patient. I'm not forcing any entries here. I saw the V1 variation come. There goes a full TP for 60 points there. I was just waiting for this here to come down. Once it came down, retraced up, I'll be looking for another possible opportunity here. But you can see that I like these types of entries because they're easier to follow, right? They're easier to follow versus something else where there's just too much criteria. The thing with the market here is that I do like this type of market, but it's just not very consistent. Like this can easily just shift back up from here and come down and then shift back up. I like it where it's consistent. So say, for example, price might consolidate a little bit, then just come down. That's kind of what's happening here. Price is now finally coming down. I just don't know how long this is going to hold for. So let me take a screenshot of the entry right here. So I can put my screenshot of profits. Here, let me screenshot everything actually. Let's put a list over here. So momentum breakout. Breakout V2. All right, so I'll take a screenshot of this so that you guys can see the breakouts for today. Most three of them came up. I skipped I skipped it, so I didn't have any entries for the breakout, but let me put this over here for my profits. I'm gonna put them in order so that you guys can see. I don't think there's any other entries here yet, so it's fine. You guys are not missing out on anything. I need to have a buy signal for me to take the next entry. So push move. Okay. So there goes that right there. I'm going to I didn't really have any trades, so let me turn off the hedge laptop since we're not taking anything on there. So here are my hedge accounts. I didn't take any trades today, so I just have the win from earlier this week. Here are the week profits for the hedge accounts. Yeah, and that's basically what we locked in right there. And then here are here's the scalp that I took right here. One variation. Just so that you guys know what strategy was taken for this specific entry. If you guys ever want to go back and look. So the V1 variation right there hit for I'll take a screenshot of all of my accounts right here as well. I mean, it's a pretty good, great way for us to lock in some profits today because I was getting a little bummed out with like the market for this week. But yeah, I ended up locking in something pretty good. I just as you know, as long as you're patient and disciplined, you guys the trades will come to you eventually. You just really have to be able to sit on your hands for a certain time. Or I mean, you can take the riskier trades, but for me, I prefer to be a little more careful. So I'll look for another entry here. I don't see anything here right now, but obviously I'll keep looking for another possible opportunity for entry. So here are my profits so far for the day. I mean, it's pretty good if you add this all up. Basically 600 times, I got 7 Tradeify accounts straight to fund it, and I got 20 Apex accounts. So 600 times 7, oops, wrong math. 600. So I lock in 4,200, which is not that bad. And then my Perdia straight to fund it down there at 240. So I locked in 4,440. Wait, no, that's not right. I was like, the number is totally off. 600 times 27, 16,200 plus 240. Okay, so there's my profits. I have 20 Apex accounts here that are PA, and then I have 8 Tradify accounts that are straight to funded, and then I have a Purdy account down here that's also straight to funded. So a total profit of 16,440 for the day. I just took a partial over here on this. My trailing stop followed it, and I got out like at the halfway mark at 30 points. It would have been nice. I would have locked in 1,500, but it's okay. I'll take the 600 half profit basically. Yeah. So that is what I locked in over here for this V1 variation. I also got in a little late for the entry too, so I didn't really get in at like perfect ideal entry point. Because it happened so quickly. So decent profit right there. Let's see. Sam said the one you took is what I wanted, actually not, but buying level spooked me, so did not go for the sell. Yeah, I know. I was just waiting for the sell because the trend was bearish, Sam. I like when you took the buy, I was kind of shocked that you took the buy because the trend was so strong to the downside. Um, and that's why I wasn't even looking for a sell because you said that you were looking for the buy here, and I was like, okay, I was trying to measure it. As soon as I measured it, like this entry literally came up right after because I was measuring your 80 points that you locked in right there. I was like, oh, Sam locked in 80 points. Literally, as soon as I marked that up, I was like, oh, there's a V1 that was right at that same spot. So locked in perfect. FF is asking any trades today. Yeah, we just took this V1 variation right here for 60 points. So that's the trade we took. And there are my profits. Basically 600 across each account. I got about 28 accounts here. I got 20 Apex PAs, 7 Tradeify straight to funded, and then 1 Perdia. I didn't take the breakout today, so my hedge accounts and my personal account, I'm up for the week, but I didn't take anything today. So overall, my profits for this week are pretty solid. Like close to like 20,000 for Christmas week. It's all good. I mean, I'll take what I can get, especially in this type of market right here. It's 737 right now, so we're getting close to like the cutoff for my entries. Well, we're basically at the cutoff for my entries now. I usually don't like looking for entries after 7:30 because the market flattens out, and you can see here the market is flattened out a little bit. So we'll see. Lila said, "You are the king. My little 500 makes me feel like I'm in kindergarten." I know, Lila, you'll be there eventually. You know, once you have like multiple accounts. Like for me, you locked in 500 off one account, right, Lila? So you pretty much locked in the same amount as me. I locked in 600 here, so the only thing is I have like multiple accounts, so it multiplies. But yeah, we basically locked in about the same amount. I got to figure out how to fix that trailing stop though. That trailing stop kind of threw me off because I mean I liked what it did. So what happened here is when it hit 10 points, my trailing stop just started following it super fast. It was like every couple of points, it was like stop loss and profit, stop loss and profit, stop loss and profit. And then eventually price swung up right here. And this is where it pulled me out from, which is okay. I mean, you know, I was kind of I'm kind of glad it pulled me out right there because this type of market's a very tricky market. There's not a lot of consistency. I mean, today we had a really big push. Like if you look at the clean chart here, we had a big push to the upside and then a big push to the downside, but now it's going flat. Like, you know, this big push can only hold on for so long. So for me personally, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Today's Friday, it's Christmas week. There's a lot of reasons to be careful in the market. And you can see right here, price again is now just going sideways. Not really much else here. Yeah, Rashida said EA, it moves. Yeah, it moves up every time. It keeps pushing. Love the trail. Is that what it does, Rashida? I was trying to figure out because like the way I set it up, here, let me go to my settings real quick. Like I'm guessing these parameters, like these settings are not right. Let me screenshot this real quick. Like I'm assuming these aren't correct. Let me go to Discord real quick. So the main bridge between my computer and my laptop is Discord. I just take screenshots and I'll copy them over. Yeah, so these are my parameters. What I was trying to set up here is I was trying to set it up where my stop loss, you know, when it reaches to 10 points or 11 points, I wanted my stop loss to move to 10. And then when it moved to 31 points, I wanted my stop loss to move to 30 so that my stop loss would move up and then I would be able to reach the full TP. I mean, either way in the situation, I still would have gotten pulled out at 30 mark because that's where price retraced up. But that's what I was trying to set up. I've never used this tool before. I use the auto break even usually, but I actually like the auto trail because the auto trail, if you get an error, it'll reset up again. What happens with the auto break even is if you set it up and it gets an error, then you're kind of screwed because it doesn't reset up the auto trail. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if I did this right. I don't know if anybody knows how to figure out how to use the. I'll probably have to look up videos or something. But these are what my settings are at. It pretty much just trailed it like really closely um, when price was coming down. But yeah, if you guys want to have the settings that I use, these are basically the settings that I have for my scalping trees. I'm gonna leave it as is because I do like it. I like it. It's just not doing what I wanted it to do specifically. So it's not a big deal. Damn, see this big candle right here? This is what I'm talking about, guys. Like the market that we're currently in, it's like it's so unpredictable. See how price pushed up here? This was like a nice smooth push up. And then right here, it came all the way down. And then right here, it just shot right up right here. This is a huge candle. I think this is like a 50 point, no, not even 50 points, like an 80-point candle. This is why I'm being very cautious in this type of market because it's just very tricky as to like how everything here is kind of moving. This could possibly set up for a breakout, or no, sorry, not breakout, for a momentum reversal. So if this candle right here is a weak candle, so say there's a big wick and a very small body, this could be a possible momentum reversal. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tricky right now. Nice. Sam, took another V1 there. Solid work. This is a CV pattern. I'm not looking for CV patterns right now, but this is a CV pattern. It wasn't off structure. If this was off the structure up here, it would have been more ideal. Like if price would have came up and then bounced off this liquidity right here, great. But this is a CV pattern. There's a high right here with the green candle, buy signal, smaller red candle. It's called a consolidation variation. I'm not looking for that right now, though. Did I delete my thing? I think I deleted my list, huh? It's okay. I'll put another one right here. It wouldn't matter because I'm not looking for any more entries here, but I will put the list of current strategies following for entries. So I'm looking for a V1 variation, looking for a V3 variation, switch name, and I'm looking for a momentum reversal. They're all pretty much the same thing. I mean, they're not the same thing, but the criteria is the same thing. I'm looking for a buy signal. So in order for me to take anything here, I'm trading in the direction of the trend. We're currently in a downwards trend right here, right? Because price is trending to the downside. You can see prices below the pivots. Pivots are angling down. Trend meter is red. Divergence is shifting to the downside as well. So basically, I'm looking for trades in the direction of the trend, and I'm looking at the momentum signal as my catalyst. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the momentum signal to identify, okay, prices are retracing up, and then I'm looking for the correction back down. So prices coming down, looking for this retracement, and then looking for this to come back down. Basically half of a head and shoulders. It's a shoulder pattern, basically, like an M pattern. So I'm looking for V1 variations. I'm looking for price to push up, go up to structure right here, give me a double body or double wick rejection, and then come down, and I look for entry right there. Vice versa, I'm looking for or not vice versa. Additionally, I'm looking for a V3 variation. V3 variation is I'm looking for a high to establish, basically looking for a bullish push, green candle, high with the green candle, and a strong push down. I'm looking for this to break the previous candle right here. And then when price breaks it, that's where I'm looking for my entry. So it's very similar. I'm either looking for a V1 variation up here, V3 variation down here, or I'm looking for a momentum reversal. So for the momentum reversal, actually there's a momentum reversal right here at this point. I mean, I don't think it'll fill, but there's a possible opportunity here for a momentum reversal. It's going to be at 276. No. All right, so this candle never came back down. Basically for the momentum reversal, and here goes a pattern. This is a pattern I've been trying to show you guys. So we currently have a bearish trend, right? Prices below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. We have a buy signal right here. What I would look for is I'd look for a strong green candle. This isn't a very strong green candle, but it's strong in comparison to the wicks. So basically you're looking for the body to be bigger than the wicks, about 50%. This would be considered a strong green candle, and this would be considered a a weak red candle. Again, it's the same reasoning that I have for the strong candle, but the opposite. So this green body right here is 50% bigger than the wicks, and then this body over here is 50% smaller than the wicks, right? So when I see a pattern like this right here, this is a momentum reversal pattern. We have a bullish momentum. You're looking for the reversal back to the downside. What happens is when this candle here closes, I put a pending sell limit right here because I'm looking for price to come down. So when price does come down, it'll fill my order. And then I'll look for this to come down. The thing is, this has to be filled on the following candle. So it has to be filled on this specific candle. If it doesn't get filled, then I cancel it. And I just look for the same pattern to come up again. Like you got to be very, very quick to take this momentum reversal because you have to be quick to set your order. You have to be quick to cancel your order in case it doesn't get filled. Because it could have gotten filled right here, but I'm not trying to get it filled right here because it's not my, the pattern's not there. I'm looking for that strong reversal back to the downside. Like I'm looking for price to push up and then push up a little bit, get a weakness in price action, and then look for that sharp push back to the downside. That didn't happen here, right? So that's why this entry would have been canceled, and I would have just been waiting for the next one. But you guys can see how all of the entries here, they kind of line up together. So like if price came up, rejected off the liquidity right here and came back down, then I would have had a V1 variation. That didn't happen here, so obviously there was no entry. The V3 variation, same thing could have happened where price would have climbed up a little bit. Then I would have had the loop to the downside, wait for price to break below the structure right here. So I'd be looking for the curve pattern like this. I'd look for price to curve back down. And then my entry would have happened down here. And then same with this entry over here for the momentum reversal. You guys see how this is all making sense? Like I have strategies that flow together. I'm not looking for something that's completely different. I'm looking for something that could happen right after each other. Like if I miss a V1 variation, I can maybe catch a V3 variation. If I miss all those three, I can maybe find a momentum reversal. They don't have to come up in order, but they tend to line up around each other. So those are like the type of entries that I'm looking for. That's why I'm looking for these three main strategies right now. V1 variation, which is a double body, double wick rejection, V3 variation, which is a 3-bar reversal, and a momentum reversal, which is basically a 2-bar reversal, but it happens with momentum here. So they're all reversal patterns. I mean, obviously that will come up at different points. These strategies will tend to come up at least like once a day, right? So we had one perfect one right here, V1 variation. This is probably the easiest. V1 variation is probably the easiest strategy out of all of them because it's so easy to just follow. With these, they require a little more analysis. So again, right here, we may have a possible V3 variation. We got price pushing up. I want this candle right here to close green. So I want this candle to close green, and then the next red candle has to close below this candle right here. Doesn't look like it's going to close green there. Or am I? Okay, perfect. So this is a long shot. Like this candle has to close red, but it has to close below this point here. Or it needs to actually break this point. So depending on how strong of the candle you're looking for, it either needs to break the point or it needs to close. For me personally, I like to close because I'd rather have a high quality entry versus a low quality. And we'll kind of see where this ends up going from there. Hey, Brock. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, no, it's all good, Brock. Thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Sam said, no, I didn't take the recent one, just called it. Market order flow, so good. Yeah, we're getting close to 8 o'clock, guys. So as we get closer to 8 o'clock, I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. You guys can see here the volatility is getting pretty flat. I'm not really seeing any entries here come up. Like I said, for that entry, I need this candle here to come down very sharply and break and close below this area. It didn't happen, so there's no variation V3 here. I'm not really expecting much else to happen here. So if you guys are just joining in, there was 3 breakouts that came up today. Momentum breakout didn't hit TP, hit stop loss. Breakout V2 over here hit 50 points, and the breakout V3 hit 100 points right here, full TP. So if you calculate all the breakouts together, it was a net positive. 50-point loss on the breakout, momentum breakout, 50-point win for the breakout V3. That would have canceled each other out. And then the breakout V3 was a full TP for 100 points. So the breakout for today, if you took all 3, balanced out to net profit. And then for the scalps today, I took this V1 variation right here as a perfect entry. Looking at this entry again right here, price retraced up. We had a buy signal. It rejected off this liquidity zone. It was a double body rejection, perfect. And then it came down right here. This is where I took my entry at a trailing stop. So it took me out around 30 points. It still hit the 60-point target though here for a 1 to 2. And here are my profits from that specific trade there. So I locked in about 600 per account. I have 20 Apex PA accounts, 7 Tradeify accounts straight to funded, and 1 Perdia straight to funded account down there. So total profit of 16,440 for the day here. For the week so far, pretty good, a little more. So probably around like 20,000 for the week. This is for the day, this is for the week, and then for my hedge accounts and my personal account, we took one trade this week where I locked in profit too. So our weekly P&L is good, nothing for the day because I didn't take any breakout for the day. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat. I'm just looking at the chart right here. There's nothing to take. Price looks like the volatility is starting to get very low. Not really much else to work with here. And yeah, it's getting close to 8 o'clock, so the volatility is going to die down. Again, just remember, guys, this is Christmas week, so the volatility isn't meant to be very consistent. Next week is New Year's week. We have back-to-back holiday weeks. Monday is going to be the 30th. I will be trading on New Year's Eve. Won't be trading. So I'll be trading Monday and I'll be trading Tuesday. So Monday is the 30th. That's a regular trading day. We'll be trading that day. 31st is New Year's Eve, so I'll be trading that day as well. New Year's Day, I don't know if the market's open, but if it is, I'll probably be on the live session, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know later next week once I get the calendar out for Ninja to see what the times are looking like. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. Today was a great day. It was a great day, pretty great week overall. I think, we didn't really take very many trades, but overall the net profits are great, right? Net profit for all the hedge accounts in my personal account, and then net profit for the day and then for the week on the prop accounts. So, and great work to you too, Sam. Yeah, no problem. Sam said thanks, Sean, for today. Sam killed it, 80 points on that V1 variation. And then I knocked it back the other way. So he knocked it back to the upside and I knocked it back to the downside. We both made profit both ways. So worked out perfect. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to post them up here in the team profits. Otherwise, I think that's about it for this week. We'll wrap it up, close out this week strong, and we'll come back Monday fresh as we wrap up the end of the year. It's crazy. We've been trading together every day this year, guys. So yeah, hopefully next week's gonna be pretty strong. We close out the whole year pretty strong. We're net profit for the year, so it doesn't really matter what happens to me next week. We're good profit wise overall, but of course, last week of the year we want to close that out even stronger. So, all right, guys, I guess that's about it. So I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Have a great weekend. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. So otherwise, I'll see you guys then.